you as the MSP should be on top of this. This is a religion for you. You only believe that this is the right way.
This episode is made possible by OIT VoIP. Find your best-in-class revenue generation for MSPs all over the world. Learn more via the link in the show notes.
Good morning and welcome to the December 19th episode of MSP Dispatch, your source for news, community events, and commentary in the MSP channel. My name is Tony Francisco, and I'm going solo again, giving you all the news directly. So you get a lot of Tony and a lot of news here. Let's jump on that first story. Here we go. Researchers crack Microsoft Azure MFA in an hour. In a story from darkreading.com, researchers at Oasis Security discovered a critical vulnerability in Microsoft Azure's multi-factor authentication that allowed them to bypass security in just an hour. The flaw stemmed from a lack of rate limits on failed MFA attempts, exposing over 400 million Microsoft 365 accounts to potential takeover. The researchers, using a method called Authquake, rapidly attempt multiple sign-ins, exhausting the 1 million possible combinations for a 6-digit MFA code. They also found that the code validity period was 2.5 minutes longer than recommended, allowing attackers more time to guess the correct code. Microsoft fixed the issue by October 9th, but Oasis suggests MFA app designers implement stricter rate limits and alert users to suspicious activity to prevent such attacks. MFA is critical, and there are multiple recommendations on what is that multi-factor authentication, zero trust. It's incredibly important that we have a very micro-segmented way to enforce authentication and to limit vulnerabilities. That regulatory framework is absolutely fundamental to every organization out there. And you as the MSP should be on top of this. This is a religion for you. You only believe that this is the right way. And that authenticity will come out in the details. Please explain this to others, because if you can't explain it, you don't understand it. And if they can't explain why it's critical, then they don't understand it. If they don't understand it, they're certainly not going to pay you a lot of money over a long period to implement this and maintain this. The problem is the absence of that bill, for lack of a better term, is going to cost them a lot more money and a lot more time. In fact, if you look at the rate of a ransomware, the rate of a business failing after a ransomware attack has occurred, it's astronomical. So MFA at Microsoft level being attacked, the question should be, who else? What other MFA tools? What about Cisco Duo? What are their practices? What about the Google Authenticator? What's happening there? How does that weigh out? As the MSP, how do you implement MFA, and how are you ensuring that your practices are not corrupted by upstream providers, in this particular case, the app itself? I would love to hear from the MSP community. That being said, let's jump into the next story. The FTC warns of online task job scams hooking victims like gambling. From a story from bleepingcomputer.com, the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, is worried about the rising prevalence of task scams, which lure victims into performing online tasks with promises of increasing earnings if they deposit their money. Although these scams were rare in 2020, reports surged to 20,000 in 2024's first half, with the financial losses tripling from 2020 to 2023. Scammers typically contact victims through WhatsApp or social media, offering easy money for tasks like videoing or rating products. Initially, victims receive small payments, but are later asked to deposit money to unlock higher payouts, only to have their larger deposits stolen. The FTC advises avoiding unsolicited job offers, especially those involving cryptocurrency. Let's talk about a little psychology here. Was it the happiest animal on earth is the goldfish? We have a 10-second memory. Don't be a goldfish here. Other things, be a goldfish. You have to understand that jobs are challenging, and any challenge, it's like riding a horse. If you're comfortable while you're doing it, you're not doing it right. It's important that you understand that. The task jobs, I believe that originated from like a TaskRabbit application, if memory serves me correct. It comes with so much flexibility because of the lack of framework. The framework is based on the transaction, not the scope that's defined for the task itself. What's happening is the transaction itself has become so commoditized that now anybody can do that transaction, consequently leading to looser terms in the transaction and people not understanding that familiarity is not your friend here. It has to be based on that zero trust relationship. So with that, please, please, please stay secure, stay educated. In fact, if there was only a place that you could talk about this with others, if there was only like a server that had all of these chats in one look, there is. We have a Discord server and you can get it right here. Boom, look at that, right there. There it is. So go to the Discord server, stay involved in the conversations. There's a lot of very intelligent people talking about very intelligent and important things, but there's also a lot of stuff in there that's not smart stuff. It's actually just normal stuff. And that's the connection that we all make. We're all family here. We're all part of the same fabric. Stay involved, stay educated. In fact, there's other ways to do that. And here we're going to get right into this community events. On December 19th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, a virtual event, how to use AI in your MSP to get more leads and profits while eliminating up to 70% of mundane tickets and tasks, presented by Technology Marketing Toolkit. On December 20th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, another virtual event, Tidings of Troubles and Triumphs, a virtual year-end MSP project gathering presented by Movilla. So to everyone out there, please attend these events. Attend the Discord server, which you saw earlier. Stay involved with the community. It will change your life. And until then, thank you so much for being involved in this podcast. We do everything we can to put together the information that matters to our audience. Everyone out there, please be safe and stay educated.
If you found this episode eye-opening, catch more MSP Dispatch at 10 a.m. throughout the week. Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
This has been a broadcast of the MSP Media Network.